Irashaimase, Mina! Welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I'm testing new things out with the intros and stuff like that, so don't mind me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. We're gonna be doing something different, you know? I haven't been able to do a Dokkan for Dummies video in such a big while that, we got the perfect time for it. So with this Bardock celebration and everything like that, we got a new battlefield available, or that's what usually we like to call it. In game is just called the Ultimate Clash, the basically the virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. So I wanted to make a video specifically on this subject just to let you guys more aware as to how you can try to beat all of these things like pretty easily with some characters remaining. If in any case it does result difficult on the last fight, which Broly can be a little bit intimidating, or on the level 3 there are some petty fights here and there that you can get caught and you might die during those. So the best effort to save your characters is basically what I like to do. So what I have over here, let's go ahead and start. Right, I'm gonna check all the obviously I'm gonna show you my characters at the beginning, you know, all these and everything. But for the first level is pretty easy. There's no difficulty whatsoever, so I don't think bringing characters for like mono teams on the first level would be necessary. So what I like to do is go over to this category, or these two categories right here. The Ginyu Force is what I usually like to use on the first stage. You have this this setup right here. I usually like to leave it like this because it's much easier. You're not expending any other characters. These characters in particular, they hold their ground up against level 1 of the Ultimate Clash, so they're pretty simple. I guess I could add these guys into Battlefield because they are pretty good. But considering that these guys need a Ginyu and, you know, Ginyu Force allies, I guess I don't want to put them on the team. If you do want to, then sure. But yeah, this is basically what I have. Basically, this is for the first level. I say this beforehand so you can be able to include them on your team. And obviously I will show you gameplay as we're going through the Ultimate Clash. It's going to be pretty easy. Then the boss of level 1, again, it's not going to be too difficult. This is the other team that I use, Team Bardock. So I'm bringing the free-to-play Bardock squadron in this team just so I can just so that I can be able to have a little bit more leeway into things. So we got all these units. I'm bringing everybody except LR Bardock because he can be a pretty useful leader for physical. As you guys can see, super physical type P +4, all stats 120. This is one of the secondary leaders that I use for mono physical. So that's I'm always leaving this Bardock for when we ever need to use super physical. So and obviously next up, you will obviously start using the mono teams. So keep an eye out for all those units in here. For example, let's just go Super AGL and everything. We got these types of units which can be like pretty damn hard hitting. So they can be pretty good. I think those are the only, yeah. And obviously I have these Bardocks just so we can be these Team Bardock units just so we can be able to fulfill the Team Bardock squadron. I did bring Gamma too, but I might just take him off. And let me see, I can bring Gogeta in here because Gogeta got a CCA. So, and then obviously, of course, I do that for every single one of my category, or like every single one of my typings, just to make sure that I have everything rounded out. I guess I can trade off. Like I said, you can be able to visualize to see which unit in particular fits better, or you think that you're going to use better. That doesn't require for you to expend too many resources on that event. So let's go ahead and jump in. I will show you guys what I mean when it comes to this. Obviously, of course, you need to choose 112 characters from your box. They all need to be TUR. I guess you can be able to get up until like a UR. Like some of these units you can be able to get, but it's not recommended. I'm pretty sure you will want to get at least units that are Dokkan Awaken. You know, Dokkan Awaken into a TUR or an LR. That should be the best case scenario for you. If you're re-rolling and starting anew and everything like that, then it's gonna be very, very difficult for you to be able to do these, because you won't have enough characters for you to deal with some of these strenuous bosses. It's better to just like build up your account as much as you can. Try to be in there for the best celebrations ever, for like the anniversary, worldwide download celebration. Those celebrations, they give up a lot of stones for you to be able to continuously summon, and missions, not only for you to get the 77 tickets or the 50 tickets that you need to do the 77 ticket summons, but obviously, of course, you will need to get every single character farmable or grindable enough for you to be able to have a pretty decent box. So let's go ahead and show you what I got. So these are, I already selected my characters. So let's go for level 1. As you guys can see, Chaozu is our opponent. Apparently he locks character switching and reduces damage received. So these are things to look out for, obviously, prior to going into these levels or into these fights. Considering that this is level 1, I don't think there's gonna be too much of an issue. So let me show you what I mean in regards to this. So you guys can see he's tech. Oh, I can easily use a mono AGL team to take this event down. Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because this is too overkill right here. If you use this team to take down this unit, you're gonna obliterate the stage. And the biggest characters that you have right here, let's say you're using UI Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Kid Gohan, LR killing Caulifla, like those units are going to be gone and you're not going to be using them anymore. So I prefer that for the first few stages, for the first stage, which is easy as pie, a lot of people like to, I guess, do like different teams here or there, like different team setups. I like to do this for the first level. So I take the Ginyu Force team that I brought in. As you guys saw, all of these characters are in the Ginyu Force. Those are the ones that I brought in and that I selected from the 112 of all those units in my box. So I collected these guys, and I'm just going to put them on the team. Basically, all of these guys fit the leader skill for Ginyu Force, which is very good. They give Ki +4 130 to all stats. And of course, the LR physical Ginyu provides an all types stat right there. So this sub leader is going to act like your friend leader whenever you go to a Dokkan event. This is going to be like your friend sub leader. So you need to have something similar so they can have a cohesive leader skill. It's basically like saying, if you have a Goku and Gohan team, you're not gonna bring Cell, or you're not gonna bring LR God's leader skill. You know, you're gonna try to bring consistent leader skill to it. So, as you can see, we're gonna try our best here. I don't think this is gonna be too bad. Like I said, this first level is not gonna do us too much damage, so we can get through it pretty easily. Again, this is not gonna be anything. Yeah, it's just thank you, Chaozu. The later stages, though, they do tend to get pretty difficult, which is where we're gonna be using our mono teams, our exclusive mono team. But I'm gonna show you guys my strategy as to how I go forth with Ultimate Clash, because many people have their traits and everything like that. They have their different strategies. So my strategy, of course, is basically doing this kind of thing. You know, I take two particular categories for the first level, and then we continue on with that. I will obviously show you on this video what I usually do for the other units. So for the other levels, sorry. So let's go over here. We completed the first level. Good. Well, the first boss of the first level. Now we're not the first boss, like the first fight at the first level, and then we're going to the boss of the first level. So we're gonna go against physical duplicate Vegeta. So what we're gonna do here is that I do this type of effect. I'll take category Team Bardock with the units that I brought for Team Bardock. So what I'm gonna do here is The Bardocks here, let me see. So this guy you can be able to use as a leader because he leads Team Bardock. And the secondary leader skill, it is going to be a little bit tricky, but most of these units are in different categories. For example, this guy is on low class warrior, right? I'm assuming that everybody is on low class warrior. If you can be able to check those categories out, then of course they're gonna be pretty resourceful. So what you're gonna do is, like, basically speaking, look at the leader skill. Let me see the leader skill for this guy. You're not gonna put this guy as your leader, of course. You can bring him in because he's a low class warrior unit, but you're not gonna bring him as a lead because he leads giant form. There are not gonna be any units on giant form in there. So next unit to bring in will be this Bardock right here, right? Because I think he's the, or any of the free-to-play Team Bardock squadron. So I'll bring this STR Bardock, and then boom, we just add the other rest of the Team Bardock squadron. As you guys can see, I did not add it physical LR Bardock because we're gonna leave that guy for the leader for our physical team. So let's continue on. I don't plan to make this too long of a video, but I want to express the strats that I have for this event, or for this particular event. So again, it's pretty easy. Like, duplicate Vegeta is not gonna cause us too much trouble. We got type advantage with the free-to-play Bardock, so we can be able to do some pretty decent damage, and these guys can get sealed. Look at that. He just sealed him off, and boom, GG, one-shot it right there. I guess there are some strategies on the first level that maybe not bringing a lot of characters will be the best deal. Like say for example, you just bring the 2 leaders and that's it. Just let the leaders go on slot 1 and try to tear down the fight, because these are basically the easiest stages. Now we switch over to level 2. Now this level can be pretty tricky. It's still pretty easy, but now maybe you don't have free-to-play setups on your box, or maybe if you do, then you can be able to use them. But these guys are gonna have more restrictions. So basically disable attack and defense reduction, and you can't stun this guy, or this guy, which has the same thing. You can't stun him. You can seal, but you can't stun. So let's go ahead and do this. Now that I had got rid of the basically the easiest levels of the fight, I don't have my free-to-play units anymore, like a free-to-play team that I can be able to bring in. Now I'm going to start using the mono teams. This is going to be my strat. So Mecha Frieza is int, so I'm gonna bring extreme physical. I usually like to start with extreme mono teams first, then use the super class mono teams, because I believe my extreme class, for me on my end, they're the weakest teams of the bunch. Obviously, there are teams like STR Cooler or all those units like that I can be able to bring as like, oh, it's fine. But for this particular matter, I would like to do this because we're gonna have our weakest guys take the weakest units, and then we got the strong boys take on the strong enemies. So we'll bring Broly. Why not? I'll bring Janemba, this Frieza right here, Mecha Cooler. Mecha Cooler. Mecha Cooler. Okay. Metal Cooler. That's what I meant to say. So, and this is basically the pro strat that I like to do for Battlefield or for Ultimate Clash. It's not the most difficult types of events, but it's certainly not easy once you go around it. A lot of people, I saw one meme. It's just the one meme that they were saying that Broly from Ultimate Clash was more tedious or more difficult than Redzone Broly. No. For one, I believe that Redzone Broly disables dodge, so, and he has 4 stages. This Broly in particular only has 1, and you can be able to take him out with a mono team. So imagine that. Yeah, we took that super attack at the beginning, not too bad. And boom, Broly himself just deal with Mecha Frieza. So, and that's basically the strategy that I have. Just take all of these events down with just extreme mono teams first, and then you use your super class team to take all of these guys down. Let's go you and you. And then obviously we can bring the other bad boys like you, and let's bring Super Baby too. Why not? So again, you would want to try to bring units that are leads for like their own typings. For example, this Super 17, he leads Extreme AGL. And obviously Majin Vegeta also provides AGL Type Key +4, all stats 120. Just for that reason, he can be able to provide that for both extreme or super class allies. But since Majin Vegeta is an extreme unit, he's only gonna be on the extreme side of things. He's not gonna be on a mix with Super AGL, unless you. I guess you kind of. I think you can be able to mix it up like that. I don't know, but it's all up to preference at this point. If you do want to do this at a way that you would like, then by all means, go for it. This is a strategy that has basically gotten me through all those battlefields. But it is a pretty simple thing to do. You know, you can be able to just like look for 112 characters of your liking. Obviously, some of them do have to be mono leaders, so you can be able to have a pretty good cohesion with your team. And then just bring the heavy hitters for you to be able to just try to take down these stages, you know? All right, so we're in the boss for level 2. Level 2, I almost had a little screech over there in my throat. And now we're gonna be using extreme tech. Again, simple, the same basis. So you're gonna take your mono lead. I think these, no. So I don't have a secondary mono leader for tech, unless you want to use this guy who provides Key +4 and 100%. But I would like to provide this guy because he provides extreme class Key +3 and 130 to all stats. So I'm gonna bring him in here, and then just start filling up the slots. Let's bring the androids. Why not? And that's basically the entire ordeal. Let's try to bring. I try to look at it this way. You can try to play around with it each season, you know, every single time that it comes down here. Where I'm actually, sir, let's just let the androids do their thing. Let me let them cook for a second, you know. You can do these type of things. You can play around with it depending on who's the boss. Another trick that I forgot. So you guys saw that obviously you guys can go back in the beginning of the video, or like in the beginning where we started taking on these guys on Battlefield or the Ultimate Clash. But you guys saw a neat little trick is that if you check the typing of the first fight, the first ever fight that you go into on the Ultimate Clash, that gives you basically the typing for the last fight. For example, Chaozu is tech, so that means that Broly at the end is going to be tech. So you guys saw that we didn't use any int units or any int mono teams for that reason in particular, and that's why we didn't use any of those int teams, because Broly can be pretty tedious. So to save ourselves the trouble, we got ourselves 2 int teams, so we can be able to try to take down Broly. Now, for me, the first try of this was pretty tough. I did die a couple of times, but now we're gonna check around. We're gonna see how we can be able to maneuver things here and there, so we can be able to try to take down Broly pretty easily. So, but yeah, well, that's one of the main hints that this game can provide you. Like, you can check the typing of the first unit or the first stage that you fight, and you will see that typing is going to be the same as the last fight. So something to keep an eye out for that. That's one of the main reasons why I use the strategy that I use. For the free-to-play units and everything like that, I take them down pretty simple, pretty easily, and then I save myself the trouble of using other units. As you guys can see, look at the numbers going down. I still have 21 int units. to bring. Basically meaning I got 2 more teams that I can try out against Broly. So 2 more tries. You're saving yourself that if you do bring some of the free-to-play units in there, like the Ginyu Force units or the Team Bardock units, so you can be able to try to take down that stage pretty simple. So another example of this, let me see. So SDR. Let's go ahead and take down Gohan. We're on level 3 already, and we have a reserve of 2 teams. We got Int, which we got Super and Extreme, and now SDR, actually. We got Super and Extreme for SDR. So that's what we're gonna use now. We're gonna use Extreme SDR to take down Gohan. So we'll use Janemba and Broly because they are basically their leaders. You know, just always check this just to make sure that you have the mono teams. And then boom, 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 and let me bring Bojack. Why not? And boom, you got yourself a team that you can be able to thrive out. And then on the last stage, basically, you can create a super team with all the typings to try to take down Broly if it's something of a last resort that maybe you don't have enough units to try to take down Broly, and you're only stuck with a super class team. You will have 1 team remaining as well, like a super, like a complete team setup with Super STR. Because you, as you guys saw in the main grids, we only have 1 physical fight. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously, after we get rid of this guy on Gohan, we check the other typings, and we can be able to see if it's plausible enough for us to say, okay, I need to save some of those units. I need to play around with this now because I'm taking a lot of damage. I think I might die here, and you know, I'm not gonna be looking too good for the next few fights. We took a lot of damage in here. Okay. Not the greatest setup right there. I should have drifted Broly off rotation. That was my bad. Now we took a lot of damage there. Oh my. Alright, so we're gonna do this for our boy Cooler too. Our Lord and Savior Cooler is gonna help us out. So we're gonna do this right here. Hopefully we don't take a lot of damage there. That was pretty bad. Okay, are we dead? No. Nah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, that took me by surprise. Please don't kill me. That'll be pretty difficult to just bounce back into the swing of things. But that's the beauty of it, right? If we die here, we have another team to replace. Well, we will still have 2 more teams to use at the end of the fights. It's not the best scenario that you would want, though, because you would want to just try to annihilate this guy with the team that you have, and then don't worry about the... Look at my goat. And then not worry about having to use more teams into the swing of things, because that's the point of it all. Try to reserve as many teams as possible just so you can be able to save yourself the trouble into going onto these fights, you know. Wow, we died. Okay, yeah, Broly over there was not that great. So as you guys can see, the other typings are STR, Int, and AGL. So now on this case scenario, you know, embarrassing as it is, we will use our super team, our super STR team. Because here's the thing, I can use this because there's not another physical unit to take down. The last fight right here, he is tech. So we don't need a super STR team. So we can be able to use it to try to take down this Gohan, which, you know, unfortunately, he took us out. What can I do? So I guess now I shouldn't have left Broly in that middle slot. That was my bad. I should have left ECA Freeze on that second slot, and we would have been okay. So again, my bad, my B. You know, I'm a little bit distracted, of course. I'm supposed to be working, but I'm not. But you know, we will still keep on keeping on. So as you guys can see, like, pretty easy. This is, you know what, I'm actually glad that we died. then it can prove my point that if we used mono teams at the beginning of the stages, right, I would have been in trouble. If I would have used super STR on that duplicate Vegeta fight on the first round, we would have never been able to use this team to take down this Gohan. So I'm glad that I was able to die so I can prove to you guys that you guys don't need any other like team setups to take down this Gohan, or any other team setups that you can be able to use to bring down some enemy. Obviously you got to be very, very careful, because you know they can be very tricky, you know, they can be very sneaky too, trying to take down somebody with less, you know, damage and everything like that. So all right, so now we're gonna start using our super team. This is what I meant, and we're bringing Bardock into this because he's gonna lead the team. And I'm also gonna bring these guys because they are providing physical Ki +3 120. We can bring Gohan, we can bring Kid Goku, the Super Saiyan 4s, Kid Goku, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then bada bing bada boom. You're pretty much set up. So this is basically what I mean with saving your resources whenever you go over to Battlefield. Again, it's pretty easy. It's an easy event, but you know, for new players it can be pretty tricky, pretty intimidating, trying to try to take these guys down on multiple events. So for new players, like I would say, and for you guys, try to stack up as much units, as much free-to-play units as possible. If you see a free-to-play event available, grind it, get it done. Try to get those characters ready. They're probably gonna get an ECA, or they're maybe gonna stay in your box, and it could be a lifesaver, because you know we took down the first level with free-to-play units. You saw that. So not a problem at all at the first few levels. And we could have used Master Roshi on this event. He's another free-to-play unit, pretty strong one too, LR Master Roshi. So we could have used that. So as a free-to-play player or a new player trying to come into the game and seeing yourself with, oh man, this Ultimate Clash is locked for me, why can't I do it? I think the requirements for this is that you need to have at least 150 plus characters, and your level or your rank in Dokkan needs to be at least either 100 or 150, if I'm not mistaken. The reason why is that with 150 characters, you can be able to bring as many characters as you want over to this Ultimate Clash. But you want to be cohesive with your characters. As you guys saw, I have over 1,000 characters in Dokkan. That is the fruit and endeavors of playing this game for like 6.5 years now, almost 7 years playing this game. So doing every single event that comes in the game provides you with stones. A lot of people would like stones because stones help you out with summons. So whenever you get ready to summon for a banner that you need stones for, then here you go. You grind it up for this free-to-play character, you have him on the ready, and he can be helpful on this Ultimate Clash. And then also you will have the stones that you did for the free-to-play event that you did. Every single thing, it can be pretty helpful and impactful to try to take down these fights. So now let's go ahead and take on Bojack, so I can show you what I mean. We got Super AGL. Right now there's no free-to-play character in this team. But the strategy is boom boom. Obviously these two guys are mono leaders on their second portion of their leader skill, so pretty good. And obviously start bringing all these characters to hammer down this event, because you know you can take down this event pretty easily. Almost 600,000 HP you guys saw with all these characters right there. Pretty good. But yeah, stocking up on characters as a free-to-play player is the first thing that you should do once you get your Dokkan account, because obviously you will want to try to take down the Dokkan events that come your way. If you, let's say for example, you're on the 8th-year anniversary and you pulled the GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you're not going to be able to use them immediately because you're not able to have a cohesive team to try to take down those events. And again, can be pretty tedious. So I would suggest, if you're able and capable of, try to take down those free-to-play events quickly and first. Two or three of the main teams that you can be able to use as a free-to-play player that are pretty competitive over on doing Dokkan events and stuff like that don't get you killed are The Metal Cooler free-to-play squadron. Their ECAs are very, very good, very, very helpful to basically make a starter team with those Metal Coolers. You got the Team Bardock squadron, which once you are able to complete the rainbow, basically you 100% or basically give the rainbow star on the hint potential for all those free-to-play characters, they give you the LR Team Bardock, so you can have the leader for that category. Same thing with the Tech Ginyu Force, Tech Goku Ginyu Force. You do the same thing with the Ginyu Force squadron, and you can be able to try to take, you can be able to make a cohesive Ginyu Force team, and all of those units have their ECAs available in Dokkan. I don't know if at the moment right now they have them available, but they do have their ECAs. So whenever they do become readily available for you, try to use those. Try to use those resources to get those ECAs done for you to be able to have a cohesive team to try to take down Dokkan events, or to even bring into this Ultimate Clash, so you can be able to have a pretty decent team, so you can be able to grind or take this event down, you know? Obviously, on the last level, you guys saw that Gohan, even with his guard and everything like that, we took 200k. I think our HP was a little bit low because we did took a super attack at the beginning of the fight, but these are the difficult fights now. Level 3 can be pretty tough. So, all right, now we got Super Boo. He's AGL, so we will use tech units. You guys can see he's able to recover HP, so we got to be careful with that. Obviously, there's nothing taking that away from him, so we already use extreme tech, so now we're gonna be using super tech. Now here's what I mean with saving some of the resources. If we didn't have to use that team for Gohan, then we would have been looking pretty good, but we had to use it, unfortunately. But in the case that we didn't, you can use this guy because he is a super class key leader, like key +3, all stats 120. He is a super class leader, which provides you with a leader skill available for you to be able to use him on different other teams. So you can be able to bring a super class team like Tech, STR, AGL, Int, and Physical to all of to have on this team setup with him as a leader. That could be very, very helpful. So I usually like to save this guy. He's not the greatest anymore. I hopeful that we get his ECA pretty soon. But he is a pretty good reserve, so I'm gonna save him there, and we're gonna be using tech leaders in here. So I'm gonna use the tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I'm gonna bring God Goku because he also has a super tech type key leader skill. You're gonna be able to bring the gods, the Gogeta unit, bring Piccolo if you want. I'm gonna bring Killing Caulifla and Caulifla because why not? I haven't used them in a while. And obviously Caulifla. Also, you can be able to check over here before you go into this. He doesn't disable dodge, so you can be able to bring Caulifla in here, which again, her passive is what you need to build up for her chances of dodging and all that. So, since we're not facing a pure Saiyans or a hybrid Saiyans category enemy, so I'll show you. If we go over here to her passive, chance of evading enemies attack including super attack per Universe 6 or Peppy Gals. So you need to be careful with that. And also Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyans. So again, be very careful with this. So I'm gonna leave her over here, so we can be able to have that good setup. Do we get the tech orbs right here for Piccolo? No, I mean maybe. We do get some. Again, you gotta be very careful if you like. For example, right now on that scenario, I would have put these gals on the last slot because they can take some pretty decent damage if we get supered here. But we did triple super, so we're gonna be pretty good on defense. But that's another thing. The leader skills is something to take into account. Because we provided 130 to all stats is not the same as either 200% or 170%. These are things that you gotta keep an eye out for, because if you bring somebody with like a leader skill of 77%, just like the first few stages, if you bring something like that caliber to this stage right here, you're gonna get, you're gonna get killed. So You gotta be very, very careful when it comes to these things. So, all right, we're getting super at the end there. Who are you supering? You're supering Piccolo. Yeah, that's not bad. You can stun though, so that's another worry that you guys gotta check out. He can stun, so keep an eye out for all those things. Now we got the god, so that's another tedious thing. Like this guy can actually. Could we nah, because you can't seal skills. Uh, you might need to obviously have the nullification ready for this guy, so you can be able to take away that healing ability that he can get. Just by nullifying it with like there's a Super Saiyan 4s, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or the Super Saiyan blue, the Super Saiyan blues, they can be able to nullify that section of his healing capabilities because we're nullifying that or sealing, basically making him cower in fear on that next attack of his. So, but yeah, this is most likely what you will want to do. Yeah, he's healing up a lot. So, but next, we should fight Broly. Now, this is gonna be a tedious fight because Broly can be pretty methodical, basically. So I'm gonna kick it off with an extreme int team and see how that goes. But as you guys can see, look at that. We're whittling him down. We're taking him out. You know, pretty simple stuff right here. So I'm hopeful that Ken and Caulifla come through with like, you know, triple supers again. You know, we can be able to take down this boot pretty quickly, and then bada bing, bada boom. We don't have to deal with this guy anymore. If you guys are enjoying this type of video, this type of content, please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe. Also, if you guys are new, if you made it this far into the video, you are a legend. So I greatly appreciate you for that. Obviously, I really would like to provide you guys with tutorials, all that good stuff, all the information that I know and I'm aware of for Dokkan. For all those people who don't know or who are starting the game or would like to get down with this game and everything, and they don't know where to start. So obviously the Dokkan for Dummies videos are for that matter. It's just a skillful way to show you guys what you can be able to do in Dokkan. So if you do have any questions in regards to anything and anything in general, please let me know in the comments below. We can be able to make a video out of it, and I'll help you guys out with anything Dokkan related. It's always my pleasure to be able to help out other people who have been having some struggles playing Dokkan for the first time, or they maybe don't have the best units in the game, or they're not like and so like they're not ready to deep dive into like a commitment to this game, because this is a commitment. Basically, you grinded for 6-7 years, man, and this is what your box looks like. It's a very strong and capable box, you know, so something to keep an eye out, you know. But yeah, if you are new and everything like that, obviously a lot of grinding, a lot of work for that. You gotta be able to just like sit down one day and be like, okay, let's play this game and see if you can be able to get all the free-to-play characters that you can, as much as you can, so you can be able to get their ECAs done, get everything ready for them, and be able to try to be competent with some of the events, like Dokkan events. Maybe you want to Dokkan Awaken somebody, but you can't because that Dokkan event is pretty difficult and your characters are not the greatest or the craziest. So grinding all those free-to-play characters will be very vital for you to be able to do some pretty decent work on there. So, all right, now we're in Tech Broly. Like I said, if you check the first typing of the first enemy that you fight, it'll be the same as the last fight that you would do. So obviously keep an eye on that trick. So we got Tech Broly here. We're gonna be using these guys as our leaders. I'm gonna bring Janemba because he's gonna help us dodge. I'm gonna bring Samasu because he's gonna be helping us out with his damage reduction. But obviously, of course, his entrance animation, you gotta use it so this can be effective. You gotta bring up Otara units, so I don't know if I want to bring this guy. But I guess we can bring him, sure. He can link up pretty well with this guy, so I'm not planning to bring you in, so you stay over there, man. We'll bring you, and I guess we can bring Broly in here. We gotta be careful with Broly though, because Broly can get pretty messed up and pretty hit up. So we gotta let him super attack as much as possible. All right, so this is not the rotation that I want. We want Rose linked up with Merc Samasu. So I'm gonna do this. Because we got this guy's ECA, he's gonna help us out greatly. Try to whittle down this man. This man's his HP. So we'll do this. I need to get a super attack off. So this is gonna raise our defense in there. The only thing that we're gonna be receiving is the group attack. It's just it's a pretty high damaging normal attack. So it's something to be very, very, very careful. You can still debuff this man. So if in the case that you have a unit that can debuff attack, if he can, yeah, he can be debuffed. So you can try to lower his attack or try to bring units that can debuff attack. That'll be very, very resourceful for you in the case that he's not going to do too much damage to you if you lower his attack. So the more the merrier. You are not, thank you. We took 42k, you guys saw that, right? And we were guarding. But this Gen Emba is pretty old at this point, so still a pretty nice unit to use. So we did skip the intro animation, so you can still be used. Actually, I'm gonna do this. We get Fierce Battle. What do we get? Big Bad Bosses. I still need to link level this guy so we can get Big Bad Bosses active. I'm gonna do this with you. This is not 24. Oh my god, we're just shy of 24 key, bro. That sucks. Alright, we're gonna be using this right here to heal up a little bit, you know. But yeah, Broly, if Broly can go crazy here, he can, you know, give us a double super, triple super here. We should be fine, bro. We should be okay. I know I've spoken a lot, so I greatly appreciate you. If you made it this far, my goat. You are definitely my goat. So I greatly appreciate you sticking by all the way throughout this video. Again, this is going to help you out greatly in regards to try to take this event down. I feel like if you get a sense of team management, this will be very, very helpful. Or this guide, hopefully it'll help you. Hopefully it'll help you out. Try to take down the Ultimate Clash. For every single Ultimate Clash, this is the strategy that I've been using ever since the beginning when they introduced the Ultimate Clash over to Dokkan. This is basically the strat that I've been using. So you guys don't need to feel any sort of temperament like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to take down this event because it's not for me. Or maybe I'm just starting, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna wait until like getting a lot of characters maybe. Then obviously you can be able to save this video for later. You can be able to have this on your watch later, so you can be able to be prepared and try to take down this stage, because or these stages. They provide you with a ton of stones, battlefield memories and stuff like that, which I will show you guys what you will use those battlefield memories for at the end of this video, or before the end of this video. And basically what you get out of all of this. Like this can be pretty tedious, you know. I've been sitting down for almost 44 minutes, and this is what we've been doing. We've been sitting down trying to take down multiple bosses. And what will this give me? This gives you a lot of stones. This gives you like, it gives you plenty of stuff. So something to, again, to consider. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get another group attack, which is not the greatest thing that we want. We're getting pretty substantial links with Rose over there at the end. But our HP, as you guys can see, look at our HP. It's getting pretty low. We have been susceptible to some super attacks. And even though we have the level 5 dodge, we have been, like, you know, we've been getting attacked. So at least we were able to lower this guy's attack. So yeah, bringing debuff first is gonna be pretty useful. I think we're dead because Rose did not super. Yeah, we're dead. It's fine. That's the beauty of this, right? Because if you use the strategy from the beginning, you're going to have another team safe, which is the super class team. there you go. You have another set of characters that can be able to take this Broly down. So I'm gonna bring you as a lead because you're super key plus 3 and 130. And I'm gonna bring God Goku. Do I bring God Goku? I mean, this guy, they're not in Pure Saiyans, right? Yeah, these guys are not in Pure Saiyans. So their leader skill will not fit. I'll bring these guys because they're also int. So I'll bring you guys. You, and just for orbs, we can bring this guy. You can also bring UI Goku. Once he transforms, if you're under 50% HP, you can transform, and you have a turn of guaranteed dodge. So you're not gonna be looking that bad. But you know what? Let's see if God Goku can be able to, you know, do his thing. You know, I build him full dodge for a reason. So let me see what our boy God Goku can be able to provide here. You can also would have put Goku on slot 1 after we would have received that or actually on slot 2 after we would have received that attack. He would still be able to basically do an additional super attack because of receiving the attack. So plus we got we got Vegeta and Trunks. They are going to pretty much dominate this fight. So yeah, that's basically it. This is how you can try to take down the Ultimate Clash. Again, if you use this strategy for every single Ultimate Clash, then you're going to be looking pretty fine. You're going to be able to try to take down all of these stages without any worry of you using your resources, all of your units, all of your teams to try to take down the last boss. Because I can admit, like, the last bosses are going to get pretty tougher by every single, like, season. You know, whenever we get a change in bosses, we're still going to be getting a lot of tough enemies. So something to keep an eye out for things. But that's it. That's basically the strategy that you can be able to use whenever you're trying to take down Ultimate Clash. So you celebrate, yay, and you still have 28 characters left over. So if that didn't help, if those teams didn't take down Broly, then obviously you could use other teams to try to take this team down. So as you guys saw, Extreme Tech was the beginning of the typing at the beginning of the fight, and the last typing is Tech. So every single time that you get to do this, remember, the first typing is gonna always be the last typing as well. So if you go over to the exchange shop, you go over to your Dokkan battlefield points, and boom, you can be able to obviously exchange those memories for some of these characters right here. What I did, obviously, you can be able to try to save as many battlefield memories as you can, because some of these units are starting to get their ECAs. For example, we're gonna get another unit in here, which we haven't gotten yet. We are going to be getting LR Hachiyat. LR Hachiyat is going to come down over to global, I guess, in April. So once he comes down, you have enough battlefield memory saved, you can be able to exchange some of these characters, obviously. If you do not want to wait, you can obviously use these characters, use these medals. You get Kais every single time, and obviously some of the old medals. And you can use some awakening medals if you want, and obviously some orbs. I have been saved by the battlefield memory shop to get some orbs in here. But in any case, I ran out and the hidden potential event was not available. I could have used that for this. I could have just exchanged it. So all right, I'm not gonna try to keep you guys long. That was Ultimate Clash available. You guys can be able to get also your rewards for claiming these stages. Level 1, level 2, and level 3 always have different rewards for you. So try to be able to get those done. They're pretty resourceful. Like, look at this. We're getting orbs. Free orbs, dude. All right. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like and enjoy, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys are not aware, make sure you check the links in the description for the artists that have been basically providing the art style, like the overlay and the thumbnails, all of that. Make sure you guys give them your support and check those boys out because they are amazing. Make sure you guys check the links in the description as well for Ningens' merch store and the Discord links down below. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me on the comments below, what would you like to see, or what would you like to be shown on a Dokkan for Dummies video? Obviously, I'm open to ideas or anything and anything that you will want to know about Dokkan Battle. Let me know. I can obviously be able to provide it for you guys because, you know, this game can be pretty intimidating at the beginning of things and you do not know what to do. So that's why I'm here for. I want to be able to sit down and be able to help you out as much as possible to try to, you know, enjoy yourself playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battles. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you guys so much for your stay. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a good one.